Hello, I'm Vivian. Welcome to my channel. I am definitely going to do a series on mental issues. And this isn't exactly part of that series, but it could be. And I had did a video response about another video about talking about laziness and what is laziness. And I don't really think laziness is the issue for most people. There may be some lazy people, but I think for the most part, there's some other things going on. And this is something I've noticed with me and my husband. We spend a lot of time together. He works from home. I don't have a job outside the home. We're around each other a lot. So we get to see a lot of things. And what I've noticed in both of us, in him and me, a problem of making a decision, being indecisive. And there's a bit of fear in there because I think a lot of things we can almost trace it back to certain things in our childhood and how we were raised, our parents and siblings, and how we were treated back then. And it's still affecting us today. And I think that's true for a lot of people. We've gotten some messages that still, it went deep. It's very rooted in our psyche. So a lot of times we're doing a greenhouse series that's been uploaded already. Part one's up there, as well as sort of an introduction from the other day. And my husband has been, he came up with the idea to do it for my birthday. My birthday was 2 weeks ago. So he was looking at all these different videos on YouTube making these things. And he was looking at the PVC and everything, and I reminded him that we've got the cattle panels out there. And he was like, no, we don't. I was like, yeah, I took them down from the roof of the old coop. They're there. The grass has probably grown up, but I was going to use them on some other projects. There was like 4 or 5 of them out there. He's like, no, there's only one. I was like, no, they're probably in the grass. Go look. And he did, and he came back. Oh yeah, we got them. We can do this. And then I started throwing all these ideas out. And I tanked him. I didn't mean to. I was trying to be helpful, but and I understood what happened to him because I do it too. I get so much information, I don't know what to do. It's too much. It's overload. And then there's this fear of, what if I make the wrong choice? What if I did this and it was wrong? What, it's when you have one choice, it's easy. You just do that. That's what's called for it. That's the only thing you can do. The only thing you know to do. But when you have a dozen, which one do you do? Especially when it's not just for you. If you're making something for yourself, it's easy to go, oh, I want this, I don't want that, I want it like this, I'm going to do this with it. That's easy. But when you go, well, I'm trying to make my wife happy, so what would she want? And she's got ideas out there, wazoo. Which one is he supposed to pick? So I ended up going, oh my God, I knew what I did to him. And I'm sorry. You're doing a good job. You figure it out. I know I'm going to be happy no matter what you end up doing. I know I'll like it. And I knew that was the truth. I mean, I just had all these ideas because I've had ideas in my mind of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. And I actually wanted to hoop those things over the 2 rows that I've got so I can continue growing in the ground all year round. That's what I can still do that. That's not an issue. But I totally messed him up with all these ideas. And that happens to me too. I'm wanting to work on the bathroom, and it's like, I could do this, and this, or this, and this, and which one do I do? And it's his bathroom too. It's not just what I want. I don't want to infringe on him. I want him to enjoy his bathroom experience, from brushing his teeth to showering and using the toilet and having to go into the closet to, get stuff out. And then that's where the indecision starts kicking in, going, what's he going to say about that? Oh, I've got one shelf over the toilet. I've got one of those above the toilet tank shelf things. I hate it. It'll explain in that video. But I wanted to have shelves above it much higher than that unit was. And it's 4 feet. It's exactly 4 feet of distance up there. And I wanted to go the whole span. And I was worried. So I put one up. I didn't do two. I put the one up. And he liked it. So it's like, oh, okay, I can do the next step. And that fear, because, we all want, we really do want to make other people happy too. Sometimes we get to the point where I just got to worry about myself because I can't ever please these people. And there are certain circumstances. There are some people you're not going to please, Both my parents are dead. Nothing I do now is going to please either of them. And nothing is going to displease them either. They're gone. And that's harsh. And it's sad. And it can be freeing. There's a lot. And a lot of times, still in the back of our heads, somewhere in our psyches, in our minds, we still want to please those people that we can't. That opportunity's gone. And I also am aware, I make jokes that I couldn't cook rice right for my mom while she was still with us. No matter how I did it, it was wrong. She didn't like it. I know how to cook rice. I wasn't messing up rice that badly. She wanted to complain about it. And I understood that. It not at first, but then I realized she needed something to complain about. That was on me. There was something very messed up in her that wanted that. And, okay. I had to not take it personally. I had to realize, okay, no matter what I do, just do it. Just get it done. Whatever. And I could see that's where a lot of my fear of certain decisions comes from. And I can be a very decisive person. I know that. I have a good problems solving. I'm good at solving problems. I'm good at a lot of things. And that made it harder for my mom to pick on me. And I think something in her needed to, whether it was cultural or there's this weird thing with Korean mothers and their mothers and daughter-in-laws. It's not healthy. It's not by Western standards anyway. So having to deal with that has helped me to see, where that fear, as a child I could never please her. I could, and I did give up. It was like, there's no point, just no matter what I did or didn't do, she's going to come down on me. Because that was the, that release of that need in her. So, and I'm now as an adult, I almost passed that on to my own daughter. I almost did that to her. And I even went and got help because I didn't want to do that to her. I cherish, of course I love my daughter. I love her dearly. And I like to believe that my mom felt the same way, that she did love me in the capacity she was able to. I understand her background. I understand how messed up she was, how messed up her childhood was, going through the Korean War, the stuff with the addictions in her family. All my uncles were drunks, or gamblers, or both, and they tore the family apart and messed up their own families. There's a lot of history. So I understand what she was coming from. She was the youngest of the siblings. So she saw all that stuff happen as a child, as well as going through the Korean War and all the things that she dealt with as a young adult. So I forgive her. I love her. I did my best to honor her while she was alive. I would not be sharing this story if she was still alive. I just wouldn't do that to her. And I don't think this is disrespectful, because I do. It's coming from a place of love too that I'm sharing, because there was something driving her to hurt me emotionally, to tear me down. She did not like it when I was succeeding at anything. It was almost like, how dare I do that? How dare I do well? I was not allowed to do well. I had to stay in a place that she could hurt me in. So understanding that intellectually has been easy. Understanding that emotionally is still something I'm working on. And realizing those things, this is where the root of having difficulties making a decision, because I'm still trying to please her. I'm still trying to get that "you did good" from her. She's gone. It's not going to happen. And my sisters are good about telling me that she talks well of me to them, but while to me, she was always cutting me down and letting me know I was doing everything wrong. So, there's a point, even though this is real, I'm 53 years old, there's a point where we quit blaming mommy and daddy for problems now, because it doesn't do any good. Even if this is the truth, even if we can lay the blame right there at their feet, we're adults now. We need to go on. We need to do better, and we need to not pass on those types of legacies. I raised two very competent people. My daughter and son are amazing. I'm not just saying that because I'm their mother, and mothers should think that. Other people will tell you that. They are. They're both incredible young people. And my daughter is now a mother also. So that's where I get my grandkids, the two boys that are the light of my life. Oh my God, the stories are there. So I think a lot of times we need to be aware of why, and to be able to take in that feedback. I want to get to the point where where I'm working on something and he can come in and say something to me about, what about such and such on that? And I don't immediately get, he doesn't like what I'm doing. How dare you not like what I'm doing? It's not what he's doing. Because that's not what I'm doing when I walk in on him and say those kind of things. And we both need to get to that point where we understand, on the emotional level, not just intellectually. It's that kind of stuff going on. So, what helps you make good decisions? Thanks for watching.